So for Veda Day 29, I asked my good friend Paola to ask me a couple questions, and she came through and she asked me some pretty interesting questions, so I'm just going to go through them. Yeah, here we go. Is your husband a Yeti 2.0? For my non-Nerdfighter watchers, John Green's wife didn't appear in any of the videos, and she was considered the Yeti. So that's where that comes from. And the answer to the question is yes, but I actually asked my husband what mythical creature he would want to be if he could be any mythical creature in the world, and he gave me a really hard time about that because he doesn't like when I ask him questions like that. But he said a dragon, and he said because a dragon can pretty much do all of the things, including turning into a human. He really does a lot in general. He does a great job taking care of the kids. He's really helpful around the house. Plus, you know, he snores pretty loudly, so there's that. But seriously, I would say, yeah, he's a dragon. In answering the question as far as will he be in any of the videos, the answer is inarguably no. As for now, he has absolutely zero plans of being involved in any of my videos, and I'm good with that. Hopefully, I will have some people other than myself be in my videos in the future, but for now, it's kind of my thing anyway, so it's cool. What wouldn't your 5-year younger self believe you if you told her? My 5-year younger self would be floored at the fact that I am putting up videos on YouTube and letting completely random strangers watch them, and being involved in social media beyond Facebook. I really think that, you know, even 2 years ago, me, before I found the Vlogbrothers, I don't think that I would believe myself if I said, hey, you know, you're going to start doing that. I would be like, yeah, no, I'm not. I wouldn't do that. Why would I do that? And yet, here I am, doing it and loving it. So, it's kind of neat, isn't it? Is it just me? I don't know. I think that's pretty cool. Okay, this third question I'm going to skip over. This is the long one. But your favorite John Green book character and why? I mean, I like Alaska to a point, but there's a certain part of her, she's a jerk. And, I mean, I like Hazel Grace, but I don't think she's one of my favorite characters, although I love her name. I still hate the fact that he came up with that name, because if I was writing a book about a young girl, I'd so name her Hazel Grace. I think that's a fabulous name. And I definitely don't like Margot. I get the point of her, and I think that her role in the story is fantastic, but I don't like her. So I think, I mean, honestly, I'm going to have to go with Radar, because Black Santas, and that's kind of a shallow thing, but when I read Paper Towns, I was doing an audiobook, and the guy that did the voice for Radar did such a fantastic voice that I really, really loved his character and the way that he spoke. So it's kind of cheating, but yeah, I'm gonna go with Radar. This is kind of a two-part question. Is there a video to which you always come back? Which Zay Frank video is it, and why? I see what you did there, and I appreciate it. Interestingly enough, when I first read through this, the video that I always come back to, the first thing that came to mind, because when I think videos oddly enough. I don't think YouTube so much as YouTube music videos. So the first thing that I thought of was Sia. Both Elastic Heart and Chandelier, because art and just fantastic videos. I liked the songs, and then just watching the videos, I go back to those. And I mean, this is not saying much because I cry a lot, but I watch those videos and I just cry because they're so beautiful. So it's not a Zay Frank video, but to answer that question, definitely an invocation of beginnings, or for beginnings, an invocation for beginnings. I can't even tell you how many times I've watched that, and honestly, I think that's kind of why he made that particular video. I think it's for anytime you are starting something and you need that heck yeah motivation. Cause Zay Frank, and who likes the little duckies in the pond? I do, I do, I do, a chicka quack quack. I love Zay Frank. In case that's not obvious, I love Zay Frank. Next question is your happy dance, which I assume means you want to see my happy dance. Okay. I hope you know how much I love you. That was really difficult to do in this little space that I have to film my videos, so yeah. Do you like your own handwriting? And how much has it changed over the years? No, and it hasn't changed so much as I do less of it now. I hold my pencil really weirdly, and if I write too long, it hurts. So I try to not write that much, and with the advent of computers, I don't have to write as much as I can type now. And I mean, there is still definitely something to putting pencil to paper, and yes, pencil, because for some reason I write better in pencil than I do in pen. It's weird idiosyncrasy, I guess, that I have. Either way, if I write too long, I start to get like a callus here, and this finger starts to cramp up. So I have really bad handwriting, and I can remember in high school, all of the girls around me had like pretty loop-de-loo handwriting, and I can always remember being so jealous because I could draw handwriting like that, but if I was actually writing, I could never figure out how they did it. And still to this day, it's chicken scratch, and sometimes I can't even tell what I've just written. So, no, I do not like my handwriting. If you could choose a year and a country to live in, where would it be and when? This is a loose question. I was just watching a movie the other day where they were in the Roaring 20s, and I thought, how cool would that be to like be in the United States in the Roaring 20s? But I often wonder, you know, how much of what we see was real, because there's the other side of the 1920s that I don't necessarily know that I'd want to witness. So this is a really, really difficult question. Paola, shake my fist at you, I bite my thumb at thee. Can I pick Atlantis? Can I choose Atlantis to be the country? Or does it have to be an actual country? Pangea. How about Pangea? I think I'm going to go with that. Whenever that was. That's kind of cheating, but I think that's the answer I'm going to go with. So, now I'm going to go back to the question that I skipped, because this is kind of one I've been, I guess, waiting for and simultaneously dreading. But she wants to know why the name high-waisted pantaloons. And wow, have I thought about this? I already do a lot of thinking, but this is loaded. There are so many layers to why high-waisted pantaloons. First of all, I think the birth of the name is an appropriate discussion to have, but I literally, I'm giving away trade secrets here. I literally came up with this name because I was wearing a pair of underwear that I had purchased when I was pregnant, that after I had become pregnant literally went up to my belly button. And I thought to myself, wow, these are some really high-waisted underpants. And the word pantaloons is hilarious, right? So I was trying to think of a username for my YouTube channel that I was going to be doing, and high-waisted pantaloons was on the list. And thanks to two of my good friends at work, it won out. And that is like the dumbest and most fabulous story ever, is because I was wearing maternity underwear. I now have a YouTube channel, but I think there's something so fantastic about the name high-waisted pantaloons, not just like the words high-waisted and pantaloons, which in and of themselves are pretty hilarious. There's also this concept of what a pair of pantaloons is versus a pair of underwear, because pantaloons are fancy and old school, and they were something you wore, like a petticoat kind of thing. And then there's the other aspect of it, that I am getting older and I do have maternity underwear. And really it's grappling with this concept of being silly and being taken serious. And I know that sounds weird, but I do think there's something about the name that demands a sense of respect, I guess. Sounds weird now that I'm saying it, but yeah. It's ridiculous, it's somewhat fancy, it's dealing with, getting older, but still having a quirky sense of humor. And just, it's not something you quickly forget. And that's definitely a part of it. That definitely played into it. It's not a name that gets lost in the shuffle. It's not a name that you are soon to forget. It definitely has that sticking quality, and I think that was a huge part of what I was thinking about when I wanted to come up with a username. Is I wanted to be something, or a channel name, I wanted it to be something that people would remember, and I wanted it to be something that kind of stuck out from the crowd. And after seeing it for a while, you would start to, oh, it's okay, kind of branding thought. But I am in love with it now. My daughter will literally run around the house just shouting high-waisted pantaloons, which is hilarious and fantastic. And if nothing else comes out of my YouTube channel, that has. So that's awesome. And just in general, I'm a fan of everything that the name embodies. And underpants, okay? Let's just be honest, underpants. There's nothing not funny about underpants. So, yeah. I'm still 12. And lastly, who the F is Hank? And I know that I am required to say that Hank is a corn dog, or Hank is the square root of 42, But Hank is a guy that I went to see in concert, and you didn't. I'm sorry, that's so wrong. But no, yeah, Hank is a guy that I got to see in concert. So that's who the F Hank is. DFTBA. Good night. We'll see what happens tomorrow, my last day of Veda. This has been amazing, but good God, let it end. Okay, kids. Bye.